Alrighty folks, we're back with another new album review. Well, technically a new album review. It was just released this year. It is music from 1985. That's Kiss off the Soundboard, San Antonio, 12/3/1985. So if you know, Kiss has quite a few of these off the Soundboard releases. If you can also tell, yes, it's Japanese import. Now, why did I get the Japanese import? Because it was only released in Japan. No clue why. I mean, sure, Kiss was big in Japan, but they weren't bigger in Japan than they were in the US. And this was recorded in the US. But the reason I needed to have this one is because the date was 12/3/85. My first Kiss concert was 12/4/85, the following night in Dallas, Texas. So it was a sentimental value thing. And the reason it took me so long to get one is because by the time I found out that this thing was even released in Japan, all the copies were going for, I mean, the cheapest ones that I was seeing were like $55. And I definitely wasn't going to pay that. I finally found, and this was a brand new copy for about $20 or less than that. The shipping was still a little high, but luckily the seller had flat rate shipping, so I was able to find a couple other CDs to throw in there, so that made it a lot less painful. But I was pleasantly surprised when this thing showed up, because if you've bought any of these off the Soundboard recordings, you know that they are packaged just like bootlegs. And I'll show you in a second that this one, I mean, you can already tell that this one's packaged a lot better than those. Yeah, let me grab one here. Here's a 1966 one. Okay, see, this is the Castle Donington one. Very plain. CD's just stuck in there. Nothing exciting going on. Very stripped down, very bootleggish looking. Now this one here, open up. The discs are not only in these white sleeves, but there's a little plastic sleeves on the inside. This one even has a poster. And the other disc, the same thing. And of course it also has the Japanese booklet. It also has the, well, they all do pretty much, is the English lyrics to the songs, and they're side by side with the Japanese lyrics. No pictures in here. Really are. So anyway, since I spent that about $10 more than I would have liked to, would have normally spent, I should say, I was pleasantly surprised by the packaging. Whether that's enough to entice you to spend the money on it, I could not say. But so yeah, this is 1985 Asylum Tour. Very heavy on 80s Kiss, that's also going to depend on whether you are interested in this or not. There's only 4 classic Kiss tunes on here. You get Detroit Rock City and Cold Gin within the first 3 tracks of the album. And then you get Love Gun and Rock and Roll All Night are the 2 tracks that close the show. And then you get 3 tracks from Creatures of the Night, 2 tracks from Lick It Up, 2 tracks from Asylum, Animalize, and 2 tracks from Asylum. And then you get 4 solos. Everybody gets a solo. You get a Paul Stanley guitar solo, a Bruce Kulick guitar solo, a Gene Simmons bass solo, and I skipped over Eric Carr drum solo. He's on the first disc also. So that's 18 tracks in all. I think it came in at about, I want to say, an hour and 40 minutes. Maybe wrong on that. If you've heard any of I only have 2 off the soundboards. I got the 1977 one, which sounds pretty good. I mean, it sounds like a true bootleg, but overall it's really good. The band is really on fire. The 96 one, that recording's kind of in and out. Sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it doesn't sound good at all. This sounds good all the way through. It makes you wonder if it's been touched up at all, because it sounds really good. I mean, it does not sound like a produced live album, but it does sound really good. Gene's vocals, I guess, sometimes are a little rough. Not bad, but you know, there's a couple of cracks in his voice here and there. The harmonies by the band sound really good. Paul's vocals are way out front. But overall, the band sounds really good. There's lots of vamping by Paul on here. Lots of his shtick that he was doing in these mid-'80s on here. So yeah, if you like that type of thing, this album might be for you. If you like 80s Kiss, this album might be for you. If you're just a 70s Kiss fan, like I said, this album ain't for you. Because like I said, I mentioned the only 4 tracks on there. The 3 Creatures of the Night tracks on here, you get, I forgot there's a cover tune on here too of Oh Susanna, which they actually don't do a whole lot of it, but it's still a track and they still do play it for some bizarre reason. And it's not the only time that Kiss has ever done Oh Susanna. I know for a fact that I've seen it in other set lists in the 80s. I'm pretty sure all of them were in the 80s. That's the one track that's different from the Dallas show that I saw the following night. They did Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who, but again, it was only like a minute and a half long. Still better than Oh Susanna though. So yeah, from Creatures of the Night, you get War Machine, I Still Love You, and I Love It Loud. Then from Lick It Up, you get Fits Like a Glove and the show closer, which is Lick It Up. Then from Animalize, you get Under the Gun and Heaven's on Fire, which is the first song of the encore. And then from Asylum, you get All Night and Tears Are Falling. So yeah, good solid release. Really happy with the layout of the album. I thought I was just getting the cardboard and the CDs, so I was pleasantly surprised to get. I did figure there'd be an Obi with it since it was a Japanese edition, but I was pleasantly surprised with the rest. And like you see, you even get the. I didn't even think to mention this. See these? All these just have plain cover of Kiss off the soundboard. This one you actually get some graphics on it, and usually on the backs of them you just get this, and this one you at least get the band shot on the stage. So yeah, I'm gonna give it solid 8.5. I mean, it for what it is, it's good. And like I said, it sounds really good, and the CD looks really good. So 8.5 out of 10. Kiss off the Soundboard, San Antonio, Texas, December 3rd, 1985. You guys have a good one.